It's a mess. I tried. All right, you're Carly Hooser, and this is 24 DCCR 1385 and 25 DCCR 1237. And so the state has, we were going to be here on reviewing bond conditions, correct? And then the state has filed a motion to increase bond. And is that in both of the cases or just that one? I'll pull this up. I know I took a look at it last week. And so we've got both of these cases are driving while intoxicated, third or more. The first offense date is from May 6, 2023. The second from February 10th of 2025. Oh, it's working. It should work. We've got some history with regard to prescriptions. Now that's obviously very hard to read, but it looks like prescriptions for alprazolam, something called D-amphetamine. Until the date, one of them specifically says no refill.
We can get registered. We hadn't had that.
It shows it expires October 31st. February.
Yeah, I am about these four. Yeah. Well, I found something weird. Doctors are making the problem. Friday, you say, either the concentrates or the milk.
So where do you go to the doctor? Where's this doctor from? Today? Where specifically? Oh. Well, here's what I'm going to do based on the nature of what these medications are and the history. Are you driving? Okay, I don't know if I already did, but the condition of your bond is going to be, as of today, that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle ever. Okay? So if you're caught driving, obviously you'll be right back in jail with that. Probably without a bond. Mr. Coleman, other than no driving, is there any other? Right.
Judge argument would be that she the DWI herself is working. She's been on medication for.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're on medication and you're taking too much medication, then that's a problem. So you can be on these medications and not
also the failure of the drug test was medication.
Right, I understand that. My biggest concern is the fact that if the medications are not being taken properly, too much of the medication, then that's a larger concern with safety. I completely understand and agree with Mr. Coleman on that. How'd you get here today? Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to order you to do. I'm going to order that at your appointment, I'm requiring you to find out and with your doctor, get a prescription for something that is not narcotic. So something that is not going to cause these issues if in fact our concern is that you are misusing or overusing these medications, then there's other medications that you can take. You need to talk to him today. I want you on your way to be off of both of these medications and on something that would not lead to the issues that you have. Does that make sense? You need to get that information from him, find out what he can prescribe. I want you to send Ms. DeLage, and I want her to get those to me. That is a condition of your bond at this point. If you don't do that today at the appointment and get that information to her, then I'm going to, what I'll do today is not rule on Mr. Coleman's motion, so that motion to raise your bond is still out there. And if you don't get this information and you don't get this done today, then your bond will likely be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand? I understand that. I'm not saying you have to get off of it abruptly. I'm saying I want the plan and how you're going to do it, what it's going to be reduced to, what it's going to take its place, whatever it is. I want that. You need to tell him that you have been ordered to get off the medications, but obviously that needs to be done in a medical way. But I want whatever that plan is, how you're going to do that, and I want that Ms. DeLage, she can get it to me tomorrow. Okay? All right, tell her free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. See,
Simon Denny.
Mr. Floyd? Floyd here? Mr. Choate, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Choate. This is Richard Afong Wade, 23-41318, Straw Power. Good morning. Good morning. You're Richard Afong Wade. And Mr. Afong Wade's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection next Monday. Again, what is everyone's announcement?
Fortunately, we had problems. It was just before I got to hopefully this
Sure. Is there a timeline on that?
So, we got all 2 weeks, and then they'll reassess what we right now is still on.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to reset the case to the next trial docket to give them plenty of time. Obviously, you guys know this is going to be the number one probably. It's really...
All right, folks, pay attention here. This is where the court starts breaking down the DWI history. 2 cases, multiple prior offenses. This is not just a casual traffic ticket. The stakes are high. The judge is clearly sizing up the risk to public safety. Anyone watching at home, imagine how careful your meds and driving habits have to be.
Going to be up there next time as far as age goes. I'm going to set it, and if I need to protect everybody, I can check the orders from other courts. I need that as well, because it'll be time to get it way past time. Tell him I hope he gets better, and we'll see y'all next trial. You're free to go. Mr. Franklin, you've got Ray No, 2 cases. Morning. Good morning, sir. You're Ray No. And in clause number 25, DCCR 0386 and 0387, Mr. No is charged with intoxication, manslaughter, and the other driving while intoxicated with a child under 15. And what is the announcement?
Is it ready?
Okay, have y'all done a rejection? So what I'll hold it while y'all do on the tablet. There's a plea bargain rejection. If y'all will get that signed with whatever has been offered that you're rejecting, and then I'll go over consequences, options, all of that, and then we'll get it on trial.
Sure.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll hold it while y'all get that taken care of. Is Dontrell Scott here? Mr. Scott, Mr. Johnson called earlier. He is not going to be able to be here. He's ill. I'm going to reset your case. You're free to go. Stay in touch with Mr. Johnson in his office, and they'll let you know when you can be back. Thank you, sir. Mr. Kelly, you've got Adam Moe.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning. You're Adam Moe. Okay, so we're here because Mr. Moe is on probation for. I did a different type thing where Mr. Moe went and did some time on some of his cases in prison, got out, and is now on probation. Apparently, there are some potential issues with regard to where he's living that weren't issues with parole, but are issues with probation. Correct? Okay. Sure. So what's the issue, potentially?
Yeah, to the number of ways to make sure that in home the applicant funds to leave to legally the our prison portion parole is on school.
Correct.
Their home to live is part.
Right. Parole's approved it.
Parole
So where are we? No, I don't need that. I just need to know what the issue is.
Okay. We are at 574 from the church towns playground and festival. We don't want to see raising at home, license condition 33. We have been to inclusive nor exhaustive. So I don't know exactly what the conversation was. Probation had put down they reported using part of the prison a couple weeks ago. And I don't believe the conversation was, hey, you can't live there because this is kind of issues. Our position is a lot of effort was engaged.
So what's the issue?
I was thinking, again, I'm trying to do 1,000 people who assisted all of that.
Right.
It's not going to get to that already. We've got to class this in the work project.
Okay. I'm looking at the order now. Mr. Lovepower, any
Boom. Immediate bond condition. No driving ever. This is classic judicial risk mitigation. If you break this, you're going straight back to jail without bail. And notice how the judge ties medication misuse directly to community safety. Legal takeaway: your prescriptions don't excuse you from responsibility behind the wheel.
Strong feelings one way or the other.
Yeah, yeah. Really discretion for our example, worry about it.
Sure.
So, you know, things you need parole applications.
Well, and the offenses were possession of child pornography. There weren't any allegations of assault or anything like that. Right. Is there a GPS at this point?
Yeah.
Sure. No, and I appreciate being proactive, and that's good. We don't want to be in here first month because there's a violation, which technically that would be a violation. There's no doubt that it's not vague. That would for sure be a violation.
On GR is that I want to make from the incorrect down the issue when the housing that is the role models. So our position is that parole is although the new growth they are covered conditions. So it's not like there's some kind of freeway go associate facility. He isn't going for it. He's not or he's in violation. What is that?
He's not. They specifically moved. Okay, thank you. Miss Roach is watching to make sure, because if you were living somewhere already, there's kind of a grandfathered in. They specifically moved to try to make it better. Okay. Well, here's what I'll do. I will allow a modification of number 33. That I want it to somehow some type of addendum or attachment that's very specific, because this isn't going to be a exception for all, only for this specific. So I will need probably address of that church, so that in the order it says that you can be within 574 feet of that specific place. 33 stays the same everywhere else, so it can be 33 can read like it does, and then you can add with the exception of that one place. Also, at least for, I would say, 6 months or so, or maybe depending on how probation feels once he gets going, and if he's following all the rules and treatment and things like that with the LSOP and all of that stuff, then I want a GPS monitoring device on at least for a minimum of 6 months to make sure that the rules are being followed, going the right way, and it's not an issue. And that way, once we're all more comfortable with how things are going now that he's out of prison, then I'm okay with getting rid of that once you're okay with that, if he's following through with treatment. Make sense? Okay. The church. Yeah, the church. So I want that. That's the only exception, and the exception is 574. So like you said, turn the other way. Don't get any closer than what you're saying. That way there won't be an issue with being any closer than what you're saying at any time. It will show up on that sheet. Sense? Okay. All right. Thanks. Y'all are free to go. No, ma'am. Mr. Burbank, Renisha Chason. Mr. Chason tested negative for everything, so that's good. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Nisha. All right, ma'am, you're Anisha Chason. And will she waive the formal reading of the indictment? And again, we're just going to get a plea on the new indictment, reset the MPRP case, and come back and see where we are. The pre-sentence report is correct? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Ms. Chason, in cause number 24, DCCR 2351, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of injury to a child.
Here's a key moment. The judge is ordering a switch to non-narcotic medications. Why? Because overuse or misuse can impair judgment, which in turn affects public safety. This is an excellent example of the court intervening not just to punish, but to prevent future harm. Also, love how the judge balances strictness with medical reality. No.
And that's from July 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? I'm sorry? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with? You have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you sign these, you can go over them with Mr. Burke. And do you fully understand that? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I follow the agreement, you can't change your mind later. Do you understand? And it looks like the agreement that you've made is for a 5-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State witness number 1. It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Chason's competent?
No.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. And if that can include an update also on the probation case where the motion's filed, so I can have all that information as well, and then we will come back at a later date for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today. She said that does. All right, see y'all back at sentencing. Not until sentencing. We're going to keep it on until sentencing. Make sure you keep it on and keep it updated, and then if everything goes well, it's about 5 or 6 weeks. Okay? Yes, thank you. Mr. Franklin, on Mr. No. All right, again, sir, you are Ray No. And Mr. No, in cause number, cause number 25, DCCR 0386, you're charged with a second-degree felony offense of intoxication manslaughter with a vehicle from December 11th, 2024. And what that means, sir, is that if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment would be between 2 years up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? And then in cause number 25, DCCR 0387, you're charged with a state jail felony offense of driving while intoxicated with a child under 15.
Abrupt shutdowns, just a plan. Now we get into the nitty-gritty of probation versus parole. Adam's living situation is just 574 feet from a church playground. A technical violation under Condition 33. This is where the law gets hyper-specific, and yes, it matters. Fun fact for viewers: sometimes the exact distance from a location can trigger a violation. Talk about